watch you eat yogurt.
Yes, it's like I'm eating
Ye-
yogurt. Okay, I don't care. We're gonna go live.
Exactly. Exactly.
Can we, before we dive into the less can I share the romantic like epiphany I had before
You, you
with
have a
y'all?
romantic, yeah, of course.
Yeah. You know how like it's so romantic to say like I'll take a bullet for you, like I run into bullets for you, and this is basically what people are doing in Iran, and it's kind of for us as well. But I was thinking like, on the other hand, I've seen so many Israelis who are like, okay, let's attack Iran, whatever, the shelters are ready. And it's like, isn't it also super romantic? So you have one side who run into bullets and the other side who's like, I'll take a ballistic missile for you.
Yeah, we are both, you can call it,
Yeah.
victims on the different end of the same evil regime. Israel has been a victim of that regime for a very long time through its proxies, through Hezbollah, through Hamas, through terrorist attack, and even through ballistic missiles shot at us. And every day, the constant threat of them building a nuclear bomb and basically just murdering all of our families and our friends. And in Iran, they've been oppressed for so long that the entire nation there is victim of this regime. But now with this uprising, by the way, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. Rebecca here convinced me to make another show today, and it didn't need a lot of convincing, and we decided to
Yeah,
do
I
a
was like,
show. We
it was
decided to
your
do it.
suggestion.
Was it really?
Yes.
Ah, I thought it was yours. Well, I guess you're smarter than me, so it's probably yours. And we came and we decided to do an episode today to give you a few updates because some crazy things are happening. Like literally, I know some of you might have been having some fatigue from listening to the news because every day something insane and crazy is happening. But hear this out.
To all Iranian patriots, keep protesting, take over your institutions if possible, and save the name of the killers and the abusers that are abusing you. You're being very badly abused. If the numbers are right now, I hear 5 different sets of numbers. I hear numbers, look, 1 death is too much. But I hear much lower numbers, and then I hear much higher numbers. But I say save their names because they'll pay a very big price. And I've canceled all meetings with the Iranian officials until the senseless killing of protesters stops. And all I say to them is help is on its way. You saw that I put tariffs on anybody doing business with Iran. Just went into effect today. And I say make Iran great again. It was a great country until these monsters came in and took it over.
Wow, there was never a president in the recent history, especially not in the US, that have called it out exactly as it is. I mean, you hate it as much as you want, say a lot of things about Donald Trump, but Barack Obama basically sponsored the regime, like literally said, here, take your money, we'll give you all your money back. Sleepy Joe was doing everything possible to prevent Israel from fighting them and also trying to lift sanctions on them. And if you ask me, this is being complicit with the most wicked and evil people on the face of this earth. And American citizens don't even know that because they're not aware. They have other issues that they're worried about. Obviously, it's in their country, it's a huge country. But then what's happening around the world is this regime has been killing its own people. And Donald Trump have just went straight on directly telling the Iranian people, we're going to come and help you. And I don't know about you, Rebecca, but I've heard also different numbers about the death toll from
Now it's
200 in one day.
20,000.
Really?
Now to zero, it's true. I thought it's gonna be in the. I knew right away. By the way, I made the. I don't know if you saw the shorts I've made about me
No.
thinking like there's gonna be thousands of dead. That was before, so I
Really?
knew ahead of time. Yeah, because here's the thing. It's something that I also, because I'm involved. I'm involved with the water situation in Iran. I don't know if you know that. So I get like the updates from the inside and everything, and all the trying to fight. And
Mm-hmm.
at some point I did math. I did the math and I realized, okay, here's the plan. That's the realistic plan. What here's what they really planning to do, and this is what I'm gonna say now. It's gonna be like it's a planned Holocaust. So what they plan to do, like when the summer comes and the water is officially out, is that they would surround cities, ghettoized cities, turn off the tap and then let the city die, right? You can just surround it like a siege.
Such a regime is so obsessed in
And
killing its own people. It's insane. Like literally, they're
yeah,
so obsessed in killing their own people.
so
That's what
this is
happened when you
so
let Islam rule your country. That's crazy. Sorry, what are you saying?
yeah. So I was trying to say, like, so I saw several like talking about like how can Trump do this, like let those like tens of thousands die, and or the crown prince, like how they like aren't don't you feel like you have blood in your hands or something like in the sort that he went on CNN or something, or Fox, I don't know, I don't remember which station, and it was like questions like, oh, don't you feel responsible for the death toll? And in my head is like, will no one tell them that it will be millions in the summer? It will be millions, like guaranteed. There is no way around it. It's gonna be millions in the summer, or whatever number of like tens of thousands.
It's
Now.
either a slow, agonizing death and then a huge leap down where just, millions die, or is standing up now, fighting and dying on your feet. And that's what the Iranian people are doing. But you know what?
Right.
This regime is so obsessed with killing its own people that Elon Musk stepped in and basically, God bless Elon, he sent them Starlink devices and satellites above to help give them internet, because the regime cut the internet on them and started slaughtering them. So the people started using Starlink. I have a friend here that's how she contacted her family, and her family is terrified, through Starlink. Not everybody can do, but then Iran sent military graded technology to go and jam the Starlink. I mean, tell me to their own people. Tell me you're an evil regime without saying. Yeah, what?
They went from house to house and took away satellite dishes. They just searches, and I'm guessing like I thought about it, right? And it seems like people don't exactly know how it happened, like what kind of technology they used. Mm-hmm. And I saw like discussions about it, but I think maybe there is a way to see where the signals are coming from, right? That's what they detected, and I think they actually physically went ahead and just took away, like physically destroyed it.
Listen,
and they also like they stopped the smugglers. They were trying to smuggle Starlinks, and Iran managed to stop it as well.
Yeah. Well, I know when things were happening in Syria, me and many other, well, not many, but very capable friends worked very, very hard to make sure that our brothers, Christians, Jews, and other minorities in Syria have Starlink, and it literally saved their lives. Elon Musk, if you're hearing this, watching this video, you have helped save countless of lives around the globe. And haters will always hate, but you know what? Whenever the test comes, you are out there trying to do good for planet Earth, and I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you. And right now, the Iranian people are fighting while the government is trying to cut down the internet on them. Let's talk a few breaking news, guys, and go through it. So Trump, Iran is looking at freedom, perhaps like never before. The USA stand ready to help. He said that, and I feel that not only he said that, he is literally building the ground to go on the offense. Like you can feel the water. When America want to start going and attacking an enemy, like with Venezuela and others, they start building the PR campaign to lead to that, to get the people ready, to get their own people. So, because here's the thing about Americans, a lot of them are not really aware about what's happening in the world. So we might be knowing this for a very long time, but for America, if they just out of nowhere jump and attack, then it's going to be so easy for young, uneducated, ignorant Americans mostly to come and say, oh, what happened here? You're dragging us into wars and I don't know what. And like they have no clue. What is Iran? That they've been saying death to America. What is Russia and China's involvement? So America need to start doing this like graduate preparation for their people. Expose how evil this regime is. Bring it to the public. Talk about it as a president and etc. And here in NATO, they're getting also terrified because there's rumors of war coming. U.S. airlift forces to the Middle East. Israel is prepared for a possible conflict. This time, Israel might get into this conflict because of America. So for all the people who are saying Israel is dragging you, this time you might be dragging us, which, in a contrary to many numbskulls out there, it's a good thing. And why do I say it's a good thing? Because going to war with very evil people and destroying them is a good thing. Not going to war with evil people and not destroying them would let them go to war with you and come and destroy you or your friends. That's what it means to be an enemy. So when you have an enemy and you can't have peace with that enemy, the sooner that you go and defeat him, the better. Hakam le'ashkimcha, hakam lehorgecha, hashkem lehorgo. When I was in the army in the unit, we had this saying. That verse says, "Whoever rise up to come and kill you, rise up earlier and go and kill him." It's a Jewish
From the Talmud.
Old phrase that has been used a lot of time by different units in the army and other organizations. So in my old unit, we had that saying, "He who rise up to wake you, rise up earlier and kill him," because we were so.
Oh my God!
Hakam lehashkimcha, hashkem
It
lehorgo.
happened to me. I threw a flip flop on my roommate because she tried to wake me up in the morning for a misdal.
Here you go. Maybe you were spending forces as well.
And I was like, I need 10 minutes. I don't need 30 minutes. I'll be ready. And she drove me crazy.
Yeah, one time actually, we to make sure there was another tent next to our tent in the army, and we knew that they're gonna pull a prank on us. So what we did is we got a few military robots, and we snuck them into their tent at night while they were sleeping, and then out of nowhere turned the flashlights, grabbed them by the hands and picked them up and just started shaking them and put them outside in the rain. That was hilarious. Hilarious. I mean, imagine you wake up with a robot that have a shotgun in his hand, remotely activated. Anyway, U.S. Doomsday plane, E-44.
Well, I also want to say something.
Go ahead.
And another, I want to strengthen your claim that going to war with evil is good. Imagine the glory, right? Can you imagine the generations to come of people looking in history books and asking, wait, where was Europe? For the entirety of history of humankind. That would be the question. I was like, what did Europe do?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's actually, there was never such a void in world politics like now, showing how irrelevant and how unimportant is Europe. If America want to go and take Greenland, they have nothing they can do about it. If Russia want to invade them, they have nothing they can do about it. Iran is trying to build a nuclear weapon. They're literally irrelevant. Israel goes and takes it down. America comes and helps them. Iran is massacring its own people. Europe doesn't do nothing. Greta Thunberg doesn't go on any sailboats. Literally they're irrelevant. They're irrelevant in this field. It seems like the only two leaders that are relevant right now in the world, stage are mostly, I'm not saying the only, but mostly Bibi and Trump.
Yep. I also want to say, my claim is, when the regime would be really feeling doomsday, what's the point of sending those ballistic missiles towards Israel? It's just change the angle a bit and aim towards Europe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they probably would do that if they could. So the government of Iran.
That's a question. Don't you think they can?
Iran?
Yeah.
Of course they can.
Yeah.
They have very good drones. These drones that they have are being used by Russia against the Ukrainian people. Mm-hmm. So these drones are good. I think Iran is just not trying to start another war right now because they're losing miserably.
But if we're gonna go to doomsday scenario.
If you go to doomsday scenario, I think they will be destroyed way, way faster than they can actually do anything.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think people underestimate how strong is Israel and how strong is America.
Bridge. It's a very, it's a very narrow, the time to activate the doomsday scenario. It's the moment you activate it, it's a doomsday. You decided, you basically sealed the deal. But once you are already in a doomsday mode, you only have a very tiny sliver of activation time, which probably they're not gonna even get. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So they're using their own military drone own their own people. What an evil regime. Now, here is something very interesting, guy, and we want to talk about it. We want to give it attention. Save Erfan Soltani. Protest arrested in 2026, uprising scheduled to be executed this Wednesday. Now, he's not the only one. There's
Yeah.
many other. In Iran, they are literally going door to door, grabbing people and taking them for public executions. Either they will shoot them in the street or to spread fear among the people to squish the uprising. They go and they hang them. Now, here is something crazy that Donald Trump just said about that. Now, I don't know if this is AI or real, but
Execute this beautiful young man, Erfan Soltani, this Wednesday. If anyone is going to kill Efren, or anyone, they're going to be dead so fast they'll have no time to regret it.
so for the president of the United States to go publicly, oh, I lost, what did I do here? To go publicly and say that he will go and destroy the regime if they try to execute a young Iranian man. Imagine the boost of
Yeah,
confidence.
people are saying that's AI though.
It could be. It could be. That's what I'm saying. I've never heard of it. You know what? If they say that's
Can I-
AI, then let me just show something that is not AI.
Oh, wait, 1 second.
Yeah.
I had something smart to say. I kind of
Smart?
lost it though.
All right, say it.
I had it,
Okay.
but then I lost
Hold
it.
it in your mind. If it's very smart, it'll come out again. And let's listen to this.
They're starting to, it looks like, and there seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options. Iran called to negotiate. Yesterday, the leaders of Iran called, they want to negotiate. I think they're tired of being beat up by the United States.
Are you sharing any details on that call?
Iran wants to negotiate, yes.
Negotiate what?
We may meet with them. I mean, a meeting is being set up, but we may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting.
Right.
But a meeting is being set up. Iran called, they want to negotiate.
Mr. President, 3 years after your revolution, you still have Syria.
Here is another. Did you find there's something smart you wanted to say?
Yeah, I just remembered because I looked outside the window. I think they didn't attack it because of the weather.
You think they're doing the Venezuela trick on them?
I mean, the weather is like the winds are crazy.
Yeah, I am pretty sure they're gonna
Oh my
attack.
God.
I am like
Yeah, 100%.
sure they're gonna attack. Here's some history, guys. Here, this very interesting archived interview from 1982. I didn't know 60 Minute Australia existed then.
Serious internal problems with what you call counter-revolutionaries. And Amnesty International says that you've killed executed almost 4,000 of those people, and we hear other reports of jailings and torture. That makes people on the outside think that one reign of terror under the Shah has merely been replaced by another reign of terror under your regime.
ما از غرب انتظار نداریم که واقعیات جامعه ما رو
We ask
He
why
looks like
do
a
you not
fucking
ask
villain.
about the people who have burned buses
Like-
and who have killed
like, why do
innocent
they look
people?
like they are
And,
animated
When
villains?
you only ask about the,
I
or
think the
West,
villains that we
only
see in the
ask about
cartoons are
executions
inspired
and the
by
torture,
them.
They never
Also-
see
by
the
the
other
way,
side
can you
of the
stop for
picture,
a
which is
second?
what these people are actually doing to our people.
مرد کشتنشون سوال نمی‌کنید. از اینکه اعدام میشن سوال می‌کنید.
The Imam,
I
the
want to say
Ayatollah
something,
Khomeini himself
yeah.
has said that your
Wait. Because what he said right now is accurate. Sometimes we have to learn from our enemies, okay? Now, in their case, they're always lying, but it doesn't mean that what they're saying isn't not true. It's just the wrong context. So whatever the Shah did, right, to them, it wasn't strong enough. Because these are people who are inherently violent, intolerant, and dangerous, right? But so it's a dilemma. It's a real thing. So whatever they're doing, it is the right thing to do on them.
I can give a recent example to back up what you just said. Bashar al-Assad was very evil. And the people that hated him so much managed to overthrow his regime thanks to Israel, because Israel basically weakened up him and Iran and all the proxies.
Yeah, but
And then
the
they
ammunition
turned,
was from Iran, from
yeah,
Turkey.
and then they turned to be worse than Bashar al-Assad. Like the Syrian regime now, the one that was oppressed, was actually more evil than the oppressor.
And
So from a perspective of the West, or even the Syrians, it was better to have Bashar al-Assad because he was just really good. Because Bashar al-Assad was secular. He just couldn't stand these, religious fanatics.
he was neutral. He was evil, but neutral evil.
I don't know if he was
It
neutral.
was like,
he was just a drug lord. He didn't care about what you
exactly.
pray, what you put in your
I mean,
mouth.
neutral is like, if you're like, he applied the same law on everyone.
He was evil on everyone, exactly. But he particularly hate the Islamic regime and ISIS and these guys. No, he didn't hate the Islam. Well, he kind of hated.
I don't think he did. I think they were just more against him. It's just, that's it.
Well, he needed them.
Like, well, I mean, it's just, it's purely functional, like, like, are they in my way or are they not? And it's the another thing I wanted to say before. Then you talked about like regime change and the way it gets, like, people get allergic reaction to it because like of Iraq and everything. So one of the hardest things is to convey and like explain, and the most politically incorrect thing that is true is to understand that sometimes a regime is a reflection of its people. Sometimes a regime is actually better than its people, right? It's like, and sometimes it is foreign occupation that took over and have nothing to do with the local population, which is the case of Iran. Because what they did in Iran is, first of all, they are not Iranians. They don't see themselves as Iranians. They actively go against Iranian culture. And they actively go, like, it's like, and it's been a long history in Iran of the local population fighting against the Islamic occupation, and how the Islamic occupation like seeped into the country and took more and more like ground with time. So it's a whole history.
I think there's also an inherently different aspect if the oppressed people are Christians or are Muslims. And white people, some might not like it, but I don't care. It's the truth. If you look at Venezuela, for example, the oppressed people were Christians. So that's why when Delta Force came in and repelled from the helicopters, the civilian who saw them actually were happy that they're being saved. If that would have happened in Syria or in Gaza, the enemy is not the terrorist groups only or the government. The enemy are the people. They're literally your enemy. Like in Gaza, there were more civilians who were involved in the killing and the massacre and the sexual assaults than Hamas themselves. So if Delta Force would have landed from a helicopter in Gaza, they would have been shot by all the civilians around. That's why I always say South America is like an easy mode to medium mode level server in terms of like difficulty, while the Middle East is hardcore mode. In the Middle East, you can't just walk into a village like that with a bunch of sexy Americans with tattoos and beards. You'll get RPG'd from every possible direction by children. It's a whole different thing. So there's a difference between if it's a Muslim country or if it's a Christian country. And the main reason for that, because in a Muslim country, the soldiers are the Muslims. It's not that the evil regime stole it from the people, the Muslims themselves. That's why you have lynch, so common. If you go to Egypt right now, there's a video of a guy driving with a tourist in his car, and then people in the gas station see that they have a woman in the car, like blonde hair, and they all start chasing her, jumping on the car like monkeys. And then more and more people start chasing and trying to go and lynch her because she's Christian. And that's not the terrorist organization, that's the people in the street. So in these societies, the enemies of the West are actually the society itself. And the same thing in Iran. The enemies of Iran and of the West are the Muslims in Iran. Well, some Muslim, now some smart Tusi can come here and say, yeah, well, I have a nice, friendly Muslim friend. Well, nobody cares. It doesn't mean anything. It's okay. It's cute that you have. I have plenty of friendly Muslim friends, but it's not a good comparison. It doesn't change anything in the facts. And just to throw something like that is usually a sign of low intelligence, because you're just pointing out the obvious. You're pointing out the obvious. It means nothing to point out the obvious. Like, it just wastes the conversation right now. Yeah, but not all Muslims are bad. Of course, not all of them are bad. Why are we even talking about it? But how many bad are they? How many of them really hate the West? It's insane. The numbers are like crazy skyrocketing. And that's what actually means. And the good ones that you might have seen, your neighbor or your friend, Samira and Munira, the problem is that they will not do anything to stop Ahmed Abdul Jabbar and Mahmoud Mustafa. They won't do anything to stop them, because in their religion, they're actually doing the right thing. And that is, I think, the main difference when it comes to dictatorship in Muslim countries against dictatorship in Christian countries, where a lot of time in Muslim countries, take down one dictator, just get another one and another one, because a lot of the people there, they have the same values. They're just the one who reached the top start abusing the ones under. But it's not like if he goes, they become happy and good. No, there's a lot of bad ones under him.
Well, I think first of all, I think the Christian and Muslim distinction is wrong a little bit, because I think it's based on kind of the Jewish mindset and Israeli mindset, where anyone who is not Muslim is basically Christian, and that's the dichotomy we have in mind. But it's not every society is either Christian or Muslim, and there are a lot of structures that are similar to Islam. There are ways of practicing Christianity that could be similar to Islam, and it's more complex than that. I have I just want to throw it out there, because but the other thing I want to say is that
yeah, sorry, you're saying something?
No, you were about to say something.
No, I replied to him 4 times already, but I think I realized what's happening. I'm replying on my platform, and he's probably watching it from your platform. So I will just say it here to Investor Greg with a syringe sign. I guess because he's the moderator, you have a syringe sign. Anyway, I enlisted in March 2002. März Stein. No, not März Stein, yeah, quite long ago.
February 11.
And where were you? If I can ask, if you can't say, it's okay.
8200.
Die? Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you are smarter than you look. Was that the right way to say it?
Excuse me?
I'm kidding. I did not know you are smarter than you look. Well, you have the glasses, so you must be smart. For those of you who don't know, guys, let me just break it up for you. 8200 is one of the craziest, smartest, most bad Tusik units on the face of this planet. They have it's one of the biggest unit also in the IDF, but they have people from all the way to cyber programmers, people that listen and understand and do analysis, and they have very serious exams to filter the people who go there. I did this exam. I got accepted to 2 parts of it, but I didn't want to because I was young and stupid and I wanted to be in the special forces and jump out of helicopters. But it was very interesting. Some of the exams that I had to do there, I was like, whoa, my brain hurts.
Do you remember them?
I remember kind of. There were 300 questions.
Wait, so what were you accepted to?
Something related Arabic and something related English. And I didn't have any friends ahead of me in the army to actually guide me. I got accepted to be a fighter pilot, and I didn't go. And I didn't go for that.
I didn't even get accepted to the exams to be a fighter pilot.
I did not even think I'll be accepted.
I felt like it with my vision.
So listen to this. I got called. I was a street kid. I was a poor kid who grew up in the street, and all of a sudden I get teachers told me all the time that I'm worth nothing, that I'm nothing, and I understand them. I was a troublemaker. And then I get called to do the exams to become a fighter pilot. I was sure it was a mistake. I said, like, there's no way. They must have mixed me up with some guy from Tel Aviv. I go to these exams, and it's like they drop lots of pieces of like broken stuff on the table, and they tell you to build something out of it. I built it quite fast. And then I did another thing, hand and eye coordination, some kind of IQ semi-test. And I thought, okay, there's no way I passed that. I passed that. And then I went to another exam, which was crazier. I passed that. And then after a while, I said, like, there is no way that I'm passing all these exams. It's like, it must be a mistake. And I managed to pass all of them, which is a story for another time. It's a story for another time, but it's actually a quite crazy story.
And you could have bombed Iran right now.
I could have
and
been an
instead
airplane.
you're
Yeah, could have been an airplane.
you
Maybe.
could have.
There's a big way between passing the exam and to finishing that training, but who knows? Who knows? If Iran shoots and violently kill peaceful protests, which is their custom, the United States of America will come to the rescue. We are locked and loaded and ready to go. Thank you for attention on this matter, Donald Trump. Tomorrow, let's give this man the attention he deserves. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the 14th, January 26th, the Islamic regime plans to publicly execute Erfan Soltani, a 26-year-old father and a protester. Wow, he's a young father. We must stop them. We must make his name known to the world in effort to save him, inshallah. Someone, I mean, that would be crazy. Imagine if America actually goes and saves him. How crazy would that be? They're planning to go and execute him, and all of a sudden some few missiles go in and some blowing stuff. I don't know what. I'm sure the Mossad have boots on the ground there. That would be crazy if they save him. I really hope they do. So many poor people there are just suffering in their face. This is an AI video. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it with you here for the first time. Rebecca, you watched it, right? I think, or you've seen some clips of it.
I like, yeah. I would say that's more accurate.
Is there anything crazy there that I shouldn't show? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna click it right now, first time.
No, I think it's good.
So someone made some crazy AI video, anima style. Let's see it together. Wow, that went dark really fast.
They did good. Can you send it to me later?
I will. Wow. Wow, that went south real fast without being serious. No service. They cut the internet. Then Elon Musk. Totally. I've seen this video for real.
世界にイラン国民の意志を見せてやる。
It's an amazing platform. Like you can like give the entire feeling of what it's like.
This video was more accurate than CNN.
By the way, what's
Not
your normal reaction to danger? Like, what's your instinct?
To danger?
Do you freeze, flee, or fight?
You can't really control it. You have the freeze, fight, or flight. No one can control it. The only thing you can do is you can train yourself to minimize the chance.
Yeah, but what's your
usually my reaction is I react with aggression. Like if someone scares me, I usually attack.
Yeah.
And that's usually, or I get really upset. and then I need to calm myself down. Like one time I remember I was a new soldier. I was only 2 months, and a terrorist came to a settlement and started murdering a family. And with every bullet shot that we heard as we were trying to find him, I got more upset, like raging inside. And that was the first time that I actually wanted to kill someone. I never had the feeling that I really want to go and end the life. But in that moment, with every bullet that was shot, I knew he just killed another innocent civilian. And I just knew that there's a monster out there and that I really need to go and kill it to stop it. And I scared myself even, because I never knew that I have this kind of reaction, that I get so upset, like really upset. I'm usually not easily, angered. So then, I realized that usually my instinct is to attack. But like I said,
it's not always.
Everybody, it's subconscious. It's subconscious. It goes in the amygdala here. So you can be the most trained detective, soldier, police officer, and you can be just caught in the wrong moment and you will freeze.
Right.
But then the question is, how fast can you snap back out of it? And that's where you train. You train is to let you kick back in. So not always you're going to react with a punch, but that's, from the world of psychology, which I also studied. So why were you asking?
And I was just wondering, like, what's your experience with it? Like, because I think it depends. Usually, like, it's one of them, but it's not always the same one. But for me, I tend to be more of a fight person. So when my reaction when I see like the shooting and stuff is like, I want to kill, like my instinct. And I know it from real life, because I've been in situations where I know that's my instinct. Okay.
Where you wanted to kill someone.
I mean, that's my natural inclination. Yes.
Most men have survival instinct to kick in. That's true. Some people here seem to like maybe get upset a little bit by animal guys.
Especially when it's not me getting attacked. When I get attacked, a lot of times it's freezing, actually. It's like 50-50, but if someone else, 100%.
Someone is saying here, it feels like the military is such a good way of pushing people to the place where you see who person is truly is. That is very true. In general, extreme and uncomfortable situations will show you more about a person's true program setting than sitting in a coffee shop and just talking. Because when you're in a coffee shop under the air conditioning, you have your latte macchiato and you have all the Marcelo needs. You have no worries right now. Relationship is good. Life is good. You have your basic needs. Then you build masks, especially insecure people. What is that?
How do you judge a person? By how they act when they
in
drink,
Hebrew.
how they are with money, and how they are when they're angry, when they're upset. That's the 3 tests. That's how you judge a person. That's how you know their real character.
Rebecca's boyfriend, if you need saving, blink twice. Yeah, I think he's tied and gagged here under the table there. So say something. Make shadows on the wall, and we'll call the police if you're. So here is something really crazy that is also happening there. So the Ayatollah Khomeini is founding leader of the Islamic regime in Iran once said, listen to this. This is insane. To all the leftists out there that think that they should support Iran, that's what he once said. Virgin female prisoners should be raped before executed so they do not go to heaven. That is the kind of wickedness we're dealing with. That is the kind of evil the Iranian people right now are breaking into the mosque, trying to destroy and burn. Like to Mark Ruffalo and all these pathetic so-called activists. Why aren't you talking about Iran? Why are we not seeing a single protest on demonstrations in the streets of London? And where are they? Where is the left? Really, where is the left? I'm asking seriously.
By the way, it's not just a demonstration of how evil the regime is. It's also a demonstration of how evil Islam is. Because if somebody gets raped, they don't go to heaven. It's like What kind of judgment system is that then?
That's
It was
crazy.
like, what kind of evil God is it? That it's like the
No,
victim the victim is the victim.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So look here, like people are going into mosques and burning it. Like Iranian people, proud Persians, are feeling fed up with the oppressive regime of Islam. And by the way, this website, Middle Eastern News, something like that, it's a very anti-Semitic website. I hope people understand that. They do report sometimes, relevant stuff because they have like more than 1 million something followers and probably have a good staff, but they are always on the side of Muslim Brotherhood. And right now they're actually against the people of Iran. So they posted this video with the title of trying to make it look like the Iranian regime. Hear this out, Rebecca. You're gonna love this. They trying to make it look like the Iranian regime is suffering from Islamophobia. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna give you right now an interpretation of the chain of event of how I see things happening, and I kid you not. The left. Are you ready for this, Rebecca? It's a crazy one. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
I'm gonna oracle the cow poop out of the Middle Eastern kind of woke liberal history. Since the slaughter of Iranians have begun by the government, and since the rescuing of Venezuela from the hands of a communist evil dictator, you haven't seen the left almost anywhere. They're literally barely saying anything, which you'd expect them to be happy for the people because they keep using words like, oppression and apartheid and I don't know what. So now when oppression and apartheid falls down, why aren't you happy? Iran was even more salt in their eyes because they can't do anything because, it's obviously an evil regime that is gouging the eyes of women because they dare to, show a piece of skin or show their hair and putting acid on their face, evil regime, because a woman doesn't want to be religious and go and be in a house, as a housewife and dare to go outside to the streets and want to study and have a future that will go and torture her. So they're not doing anything. They're really stuck. What can we do? They are waiting for the first excuse to go outside and demonstrate. And that's what I think they're going to find. They're going to try very soon to make the Iranian regime look like they're the victims. And I know it sounds crazy, and that America and Israel are sponsoring extremists in Iran that are extremely Islamophobes, and they're going to go and hurt the Muslims. So the moment that the Iranian regime will start falling and people will start taking their anger at them, you will see the left waking up and shouting from the top of his lungs, look what Islamophobia is doing. Look at this. Please stop the killing. Please. Now, they're not saying stop the killing now. They're not saying anything now. But when the regime will start falling down, same thing with Hamas and with Palestine. On October 7th, when they went in, they didn't say stop the killing.
No, they celebrated the killing.
But when Israel went back to take back their, kidnapped children and women, all of a sudden, all of them, stop the killing, stop the killing. They always become very loud and vocal when they're needed to save radical Islam. Liberals, left-wing America, in some ways in Europe, have joined bed with terrorists and dictatorship communist regimes. It is not a conspiracy theory anymore. It is a fact. Facts on the ground are just speaking at it. Because why are you quiet? Why are you not going and celebrating with the people of Venezuela? And why are you not going and saying all eyes on Iran? Why? Why not saying all eyes on the Kurds? Why?
Yeah, the Kurds are getting slaughtered right now like crazy. I want to say that they're being it's a genocide.
Way worse than the Iranians, actually.
Way worse.
Way worse. What's happening in Syria to the Kurds is worse now.
And in Iran right now.
Now in Iran, if they said that the numbers went to 20,000, then that changed the story. I don't know. It's very hard to know these numbers accurately, but that changed the story.
Well, I think it's more than 20,000.
There'll be some people killed that.
So we saw this interview. I made a few videos here. Okay, let's watch a little bit how Iran. Here, let's actually finish that interview because we never finished it. So
Ask about the West only asks about the executions and the torture. They never see the other side of the picture, which is what these people are actually doing to our people.
پیرمرد
trying
کشتنشون
to
سوال
live and
نمی‌کنیم.
to kick you
از
out.
اینکه اعدام میشن سوال می‌کنیم.
The Imam, the Ayatollah Khomeini himself, has said that your faith, Shiism, is a school of blood and the sword, and it will remain that way till the end. That sounds very much as though the Ayatollah himself is predicting more violence and bloodshed for this country.
نظر امام این نیست که بایستی حتما خونریزی انجام بگیره.
If a people are faced by an enemy who is an aggressor, they must stand against that aggressor to the end, even if it means bloodshed.
ملتی با دشمن
Now that your country's an Islamic republic, it's anti-American, anti-Soviet, anti-Israeli, and anti-some Arab countries. Who are your friends?
همه کشورهایی که در دنیا هستن غیر از اینایی که اسم بردید دوست ما میتونن باشن.
All of the countries except the ones that you have mentioned could become our friends.
Who is your worst enemy, Mr. President?
دشمن اصلی ایران کیست؟
آمریکا.
America.
So they already started
America.
back
America, I think
America.
it's time to finish the business to show who is the boss.
Exactly. Like, no
Don't let
hesitation.
him finish. We didn't see blood yet.
Lo
Wait,
ahí no
for those,
quiero
yeah,
tocar
for those who do, for those who don't know, that's explain, Mansoor. What does it mean? So
It's a
just so
saying in
that they
Hebrew.
wouldn't think I'm crazy. Yeah.
I think
Explain
everybody
to
knows
them.
you're crazy already. We shouldn't hide that, but you're crazy good, in a good way, in a good way. So here is how Iran, that's unbelievable. This is how Iran looked before it became Muslim. Like, can you imagine? They were more progressive than the West. I mean, let's do that again. Like, this looks more progressive than Europe right now. And that's like 46, 47, 40. That's like 50 years ago. Look how free
It
women
used to
were
be the
dressing there.
second. You know, they had the second after Paris, the most amount of tourists.
Wow. I mean, I'm sure none of these girls in this picture right now, that's 50 years ago. None of these
No.
girls.
Why? They could be. There, most of them are alive.
No, that's not what I'm
For
about to
sure.
say. None of them could have ever imagined the next
Oh, yeah.
45 years of their life.
Well,
And that is, I think, a very, very good reminder for people living in Michigan and New York City, in Europe, in France. Like, liberty can be stolen from you so fast. So fast. Once you let Islam in and it grows in numbers, it will start slow, they'll start as the victims, and then when they grow and they're strong enough, literally, you will end into a plunge into generations of darkness. I don't think any of them could have imagined that 10 years from now, their friend will have acid thrown in her face because she refused to wear a hijab or like crazy stuff like that. That the government will steal all their money and try to build a nuclear bomb to go and just genocide another country. That the government will give them $8 a month, meanwhile will pay $1,800 to Hezbollah terrorists. Like, one salary that Iran is sponsoring a Hezbollah terrorist can feed about 400 almost Iranians. Is that crazy? 350. Wow. Like, look at that. The women were smoking, doing picnics, discos. And now that's what it looks like.
It's like, you know, Lola Olam Hossein. And it's, you know, but that's the thing. It's like, just try to say it to someone. I've been in Europe. Now you're in Europe. They are not willing. Like, they're not really willing to have a conversation, like a realistic conversation about those things.
Who, the Europeans?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
they might even say, yeah, Islam is bad, but when
they
it
always
comes to
say
like,
but.
okay,
They always have a but. Yeah, I know, but
it's not a but, it's not even that. It's when you start to say, okay, so how do we actually like, what do we do? And by the way, there are a lot of ways that the private people can actually take, a lot of choices private people can make to fight against it. Don't hire them. Don't go to the stores. You know,
na-
it's super, like, think how effective it is when they're every time, like, one of the biggest reasons, like, why didn't the Israeli Arab Society join right now on October 7th? Like, why didn't they join the fund? Because when there was a Shomer Chomot, the economic consequences of them doing what they did they were so dire that they had lost all motivation. That's how much power the population has by choosing not to purchase
that's why
from.
Akko became a ghost town. Akko
Exactly,
also
and now they're
became a ghost
miserable.
town. Yeah, because they
And so
showed clearly.
Europeans can do that easily, but can I go and ahead and like tell them, hey guys, just don't go to, like, let's get to that point where I say, listen, it's not as hard as you think. Like, how effective it was, how effective it is every single time. It's so effective that Arabs themselves started beating up other Arabs, because if they get, like, especially since in Israel, it's not like every Arab town gets the same reputation. It's like, Tira and Taibe don't have the same reputation. Like, and so you can go to Tira, but not to Taibe. Taibe is where all the mafia families are at. So it's like, so it's by town. So you get mayors sitting in the on the junction outside of, like, where you get out, and beating up all the youngsters who think about doing anything problematic. And then the Israeli is like, okay, this town is fine. They're like, okay, you can go by. And it's like, it's so effective. It's so effective. It works. Those things work.
Those things were, I think you need to have a clear identity of who you are.
Same
And
with
you
Abu
clearly,
Lafia.
yeah. What about Abu Lafia?
Well, Abu Lafia is an example for something that is Arab owned, but is celebrated and never gets any, like, because of they keep their reputation, as in.
Yeah, that's the thing. In Europe, they don't hold Arabs and Muslims in particularly to any standards, and they're just
Right.
extremely tolerant towards them, and that's why it's crazy. Like, if you will know in Europe, especially in Germany, that there's a white European guy who owns a disco club or a coffee bar, and he is a proclaimed neo-Nazi, no one will go to his business. Like, no one. He will be shamed, he will be harassed, he will be arrested, he will lose his job. But then you have so many of these markets and doner shops and food shops that are owned mostly by Syrians and other Muslims from around, Palestinians, which, if you will just spend 5 minutes with them, you'll see that they like Hitler. You will see that they think that the only problem with Hitler was that he didn't finish the job. You'll see that they hate gay people. You'll see that they hate Christians and Jews. You'll see that they hate even Europeans. Like, spend 5 to 10 minutes just talking and, like, listening, and you will hear that. Why aren't you holding them to the same standard of accountability? They are just a newer, more barbaric, more religious version of Nazism. They have the same thought. They want to kill the gay people. They want to kill other religions. They want to conquer the world and convert them only to a religion. And they hate the Jews. So they don't have these standards. The West is not.
Yeah. And then it's like
treating Islam with the fair goggles. And I think that's not fair towards Islam, by the way, because then you have good Muslims that just can't be differentiated from the bad ones.
Right.
And then it's also destroying the West. But the crazy story, did you hear what the United Emirates just sent a message that they will,
with the UK?
Yeah. So they came and said that they will not support financially any student that is going to study in the UK, because they're afraid that Muslims that will go into the UK from the Emirates will get radicalized.
It's like the Druze guy. You know, we had a terrorist attack by a Druze guy in Israel.
Yeah, who got radicalized in Germany.
You got radicalized in Germany, and his father is like, "We're Druze. What the fuck went wrong?"
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my! The family apologized so much on TV. Israelis were so confused.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what the heck
But
happened?
that's the exact
It's like-
difference. Like, you have a
It's
terrorist
like-
attack that happened by a Druze, and you see immediately the Druze community went out and said, he's not one of us.
Yeah.
We don't accept him. He's not going to be allowed to
And all the
bury a
Israelis
Druze
getting
burial.
confused.
Yeah, yeah. And they said, we condemn that immediately. He will not receive a proper burial. He will always have shame on his family. It was such a traumatic event that everybody was like, oh my God, like,
Yeah,
poor
like-
family. Like, he literally destroyed
yeah,
their family.
yeah.
But then you look at Palestine, someone goes and does that, then they celebrate. They give them houses, they give them money, they start throwing fireworks in the air and baklawas, and they call him a martyr, they call him a shaheed, they build schools after him. So
But yeah,
one culture
but the
celebrates
bottom
that.
line, but the bottom line is how much do private citizens, like how much power we actually got, right? Like, and people just talk about it, just say it out loud, and people would get the message, and people would vote. Like, you know, it's like it's your choice to make, right? It's your choice to make. It's like you have so much power. And like I went to like a party in France now, right? And the person there, she was like an Arab, like who clearly never, I don't think she can read, actually, to be honest. She didn't look like she could read any language, honestly speaking. She just didn't look like the brightest person. I'm so sorry. She had a necklace that said Alhamdulillah in Arabic. So I looked at her and she was like, oh, and like, and she knew my friend. So my friend is like, he's not Israeli, he's Japanese. So my friend is Japanese. He's like, okay, that's my friend. She's from Israel. And she looked at me apologetically, like, oh, and I looked at her and because I was like, Alhamdulillah. And she's like, oh, you can read it. And I was like, yeah, obviously. And she's like, you know, not all of us are the same. And I'm like, I get to speak to like Arabs and Muslims like every single day in my life. I know. But it's
you are very direct. You are very direct. Like, you say what you think, and that's what I respect about you. Do you do that also in real life, like to people in their face?
To do what? Like
you'll come and tell them that, you know, you guys are extremely problematic. Your religion is crazy. It's evil. You need to change.
Usually they tell that to me. I don't need to. Usually when they talk trash about Islam, the Muslim next to me says, you didn't go far enough. It's way worse than what you're describing.
Way worse than what you think.
So it's like whatever I say, they triple down. I don't know. It's like I cannot compete.
Wow. Let's hear a crazy message that was said by an Iranian girl asking the only ones that will probably help the oppressed people in the Middle East. I mean, with all these fake activists going around, there's only two nations right now that mainly are helping. That is Israel and America, and mostly Israel, but sometimes America wake up and come and join the game.
Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, my name is Marta and I am publishing this video to you with hope and trust. You once promised that if we managed to come out and join the cause of the revolution, you would stand by us and support us. Now, at this critical moment, we humbly ask for your support and assistance, just as the people of Iran stood by you during the October 7th attack, and as our King Cyrus once came to your aid when you were held captive in Babylon. We are facing severe challenges, and the young people of our country are being killed by the Islam Republic. We deeply believe in freedom and justice, and we sincerely hope you will keep your promises and stand by us at this crucial time. Thank you very much for your attention and kindness.
Wow. You know, wow. Just like, I really hope that Israel doesn't miss this opportunity.
Listen, Israel is gonna have a lot of time to shine because Israel built an entire plan to bring Iran back from the dead, basically. So, like, when it comes to like emergency plans to revitalize the country, Israel is 100% behind those. So it's like our time to shine will come. And most of the water system in the time of the Shah was built by Israel. So
No, yeah,
they have to pay
you're
tax.
going far. None of this right now would have happened if it wasn't for the Mossad, the Israeli Air Force, and
So
the
yeah,
Special
yeah,
Forces
yeah.
and the 12-day war. None of this, like everything we're seeing right now, would have not happened. So Israel already basically
Also,
made
like
it possible
the
beyond
thing is
imagination.
like the number one reason I think it needs to be the United States right now is not because like Israel cannot do it. It's because it's for the psychological effect. It's the psychological effect. It's not like, let's be honest, okay? When it comes to like revolution, it's limited. Like you can do things, right? You need the foreign intervention 100%, but it's also limited. It's also the 100% like the result of the people. Like think that independence war, 1% of the Israeli population died. Okay, that's right now it's 900, like it's 1 million people in Iran dying. That's how resolved you have to be. Okay, so but
Yeah.
but the psychological effect of America interfering is so much stronger than Israel.
Also that, and also you know, for the future of Iran, it needs to look like they really actually wanted to do that and did that by themselves. So it can't be completely done by Israel and America.
No, they already
But we're
did.
seeing
They
that.
already did it. Because like
Exactly. We're seeing that in the street now. Now
yeah.
they're literally out there. I had on my last show, I had a Mossad agent who just recently retired. So like I knew him from before and he was unable to talk about his job. But now, like 2 weeks ago, basically, he retired and he is an expert about Iran. And he is now like everywhere in the news talking like in Israel, but I'm helping him reach the English audience. So I keep always like sending him messages and driving him nuts. And he's like, I'm tired, man. I don't care. Come on my show right now. We need to bring your voice. And he's such a cool dude. He literally went and jumped and like put his shirt on and went and did a broadcast with Iranian people. And whenever I asked him, and that's someone from the Mossad, would the Iranian people ever be possible for them to be liberated if it wasn't for the help of the Mossad? His answer
No.
is, Mansour, no, but that's what he says. The only one that can liberate Iran are the Iranians. That's how much he respects them. That's how much he respects their young generation and their old generation. He says they're the only one. We are all players who are helping them. They're the only one. And he even said, last time I was a bit disappointed because after we did the operation, 12-day operation, he said, I was expecting more of them to run. But then he came and said, but he doubled down and he said, but I do understand it might have been like a complete shock. Most of them
Yeah.
were never really bombed like that. And, you know, so to many of them, it was just a complete shock. They didn't know what's happening. And I think now they are more ready to go and claim back their country. So I am 100% sure that the long reach of Israel, the Mossad, Amman. For those who don't know, Amman is basically the intelligence branch of the IDF. You have the Mossad is like the CIA, FBI is like the Shabak. Amman, I don't know if we really have that in America, but it's like the Rebecca was
Amman
part
is
of
the
Amman.
NSA.
Amman is
Like
the
NSA
NSA.
is like Shmoneh. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Amman is like way, way better than the NSA. Like, you know, I think the NSA, like CIA, they're up there. FBI, they have the bureaucracy people that you think like completely corrupt and are like all involved in
Like
politics
in
and Epstein
Israel,
file.
the Shabak, exactly like the Shabak. Yeah.
Epstein file and this. No, but the Shabak in Israel, Shabak is big badasses. Shabak are bad 2-6 in Israel.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
then you
it's
have
true.
the FBI,
It
which are the
depends on the
agents.
department.
Yeah. Then you have the FBI who are the agents and who are the counterterrorism, etc. They're like amazing. So Amman have in it the whole purpose of Amman is basically intelligent force to fight armies of Israel. So Amman will be focused on Syria. Amman will be focused in some way on Iran, but not as much as the Mossad. Amman will be focused if an army will come against Israel. Amman will use its capabilities to hurt that army and send the special forces, recon unit, ghost recon units, and I don't know what, behind enemy lines to do all kind of stuff, do cyber on them, do creative stuff. So I don't know how do we get to Amman. How do we start talking about Amman?
I don't know why you talk about them.
I come from the special forces, so I love these kind of stuff. I love everything about.
All I remember is like, well, I worked with the Mossad a lot,
Mhm.
and I remember being so tired. I was like, how much do I care about those agents anyway?
Oh my God.
Young, okay, don't give young people so much responsibility.
Yeah, they're like out there
That's like
saving planet
ours.
Earth.
Like, guys, just let me sleep.
Yeah, I have friends from your units one at a time, and some of them came from they call it the Seyret Matkalosh one at a time. Like the Delta Force one at a time, like the really close one. And they told me the same. They said, like, man, we had it's impossible to imagine how much responsibility was given to such young people. But
It's
also,
insane.
I admire the IDF. Like, some of them told me that one of his colleagues in that unit had a special permission to come to the military dressed like a wizard, and he would have like a Gandalf hat and a cloak, and he was allowed. Now, anyone who was in the army know
Yeah.
that. But in that particular unit, in Shmonim time, because
We
they
had stuff.
harnessed, because you harness the smartest people, you get also some weird people that are just extremely smart. And some of these weird people, like, they're like the top of the top in terms of cyber hacking, intelligence, analytics. And some of them have some really weird stuff. Like, maybe he grew up in a house where he only played Dungeons and Dragons all of his life. And in his head, if you will take that away from him, then F the world, he's not going to help you. And just lost a brilliant mind. So the IDF was smart enough to realize in Shmonim time, there's a different set of rules. These people are so creative. Their brains are so like working on steroids that just let them be. If you want to be dressed like Gandalf, let him be dressed like Gandalf. If you want to be sitting on a broomstick like Harry Potter, as long as he's hacking the Iranian centrifuges in Iran and helping sabotage their nuclear plant, we don't care. Let him do that. And I just found it hilarious. I'm proud of the IDF that they can actually do that determination.
I mean, it is connected to creativity. It's like, do whatever you want as long as like you deliver. And a lot of times, like, it's not like they have to. It's that they choose to because they can, and it's funny. And I think it's important because, like, you know what? It's like, if you have so much responsibility on you, you might, it's like, it's at least like wearing a Gandalf costume, it helps you not to go crazy, ironically enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, like, we were not allowed to wear Gandalf costumes in my unit.
Yeah, but it's a different type of.
Yeah, it's a different type of people.
It's also a different type of responsibility.
Yeah. Just trying to say, trying to see if there's any other news that are happening right now. Guys, ladies and gentlemen.
Does Iran still exist? I don't get it. What's up?
So Iran is still existing.
Is there still a regime? Is there still a regime?
Looks like there's still a regime, guys. So here's what they're saying. The anxiety level in Israel is rising.
Yeah, we're so anxious. So
The level of anxiety in Israel is rising again, but conversations with senior figures in the security establishment paint a more cautious and complex picture. There is no sign that Iran is about to attack. It is unclear whether the U.S. is on path to significant action, and the protests in Iran, at least this stage, are far from overthrowing the regime. And yet, with Trump, everything can change in an instant. A mixture of publication in Israel, statement in the United States. Okay, that's not interesting. So that's the thing. If America doesn't get involved and help topple the regime, I feel that this might be one of the most blood bloodiest, horrific uprising in the history of Iran. So many people have went out and exposed themselves.
It's not, yeah. Well, no, the regime has to go, but I also have to say it's not that simple.
Why?
Because you are you're gonna have to kill all of the Muslims, basically. Because it's it's like here's the thing, right? Think about like ISIS, right?
Yeah.
It's an independent. It's like every member of ISIS is an organization. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you have like the people who, like, here's the mentality. Okay, I'm one person. I have a shitload of guns, so I just take over something, and it's like it's mine now. And everybody who's gonna touch my stuff, I'm gonna shoot them. Now it just takes one person to be it. And so every one of them, every Muslim, has this mindset. So they're gonna have to get rid of all of them.
Well, I'm asking Randolph here. How many Iranians identify as Muslims today?
30%, isn't it? 30% have to go.
So, as per Randolph, who is relying on ChatGPT, 99.4% of Iranian population is Muslims. But recent independent surveys, and I trust them more, unfortunately, especially social media-based one like the Gaman study, show a much lower share of Iranian self-identity as Muslims. On one large online survey found that only about 40% of Iranians self-identify as Muslims, including Shia and Sunni. For example, about 32% identified as Shia and Muslims, 5 to 9% as Sunni or other groups. In research, the same surveys also report significant proportion identifying as non-religious, atheist, agnostic, spiritual, Azatorians without religion or other faiths. Some commentators' additional studies suggest that lower or shifting numbers among younger generation. So, if Iran gets free, they have to get rid of Islam. If they leave Islam as a ruling religion in that country,
that's how they took over. From the get-go, they were. You have to also remember they were crazy violent from the get-go. They were taking stuff. And for them, and one of the reasons the Shah decided to just give up is because he had to kill 30% of the population if he wanted to stay in, still have an Iranian.
I think in general, Muslims should go and live in Muslim countries.
But no country should be Muslim. I disagree with you.
Yeah, that's true. But if let's say 100 million people want this way of life, they say we want women to be oppressed, we want a religion where we kill one another all the time, and we want to kill you guys also, which I basically describe right now, basic average world Islam, then you can come and say, okay, sorry, we don't want you here, go. Now, if you come and tell them, convert, I don't want to convert. I still want to kill you, and I want to marry 60-year-old girls, and I want to oppress women.
I'm sorry, that should not be allowed anywhere.
That it should not be allowed, 100%. But if you let them inside your society, you're ignoring two important key factors. They are determined on taking over your country. You're not determined or doing anything to them. So they're playing the game. You're not playing the game. They're playing the game of conquer. You're not.
Reversing.
Yeah, you just joined the Settlers of Catan game, but you're not playing, and everybody else is playing. So that's a problem. Second of all, is they bring more children than you, and they do that on purpose in order
they do
to
it
become
because you
bigger
feed
than
the children. If you stop feeding the children, they stop bringing them.
No, they will still do it because they do it. No, it will make it harder for them. You will make it harder for them, but they see it's called.
No, as long as they can leech on something, yes.
They call it the jihad of birth, basically, which is they say we will take over the West by bringing children and abusing the Western system to bring it down. So it just doesn't, you don't have place for that in your culture. If you want to maintain your civilization, let it be Christian, atheist, whatever you want, the Republic of Free Penguins, doesn't matter what you want to do. And you bring people to your civilization that want to take it from inside and are clear about it and are doing everything they can to do it. I mean, look at New York City. 9 out of 10 of Muslims in New York City voted for Mamdani. I've never heard of such statistics in elections in a democracy. Like 9 out of 10. That could be 99 out of 100. Like you can't really split one person. So they all voted for the Muslim candidate because they're Muslims. What do you think is going to happen when they were only 4% of New York, give or take. That's what I heard. What's going to happen when they become 40%? That's it. From now on, forever, New York will be Muslim. You will never turn it back. Never turn back. And it will only get darker and darker. Any place in the world that Islam will become majority, they will take over. That is literally what the religion tells them to do. So if you're in the West, you can't accept that. And I tell you what, even more. Here's something crazy. Hear me out, Rebecca. Are you ready for this? This is a crazy one.
I think so.
This is a crazy one. 1,400 years ago, 1,600 years ago, Jewish and Christians and other religions, Persians and other religions that even perish and cease to exist, did the terrible mistake of allowing Islam to come into their countries. All right? Now, because of what they did, we're still suffering today with Islam.
It's all because of the Jews.
Wait, not only.
It's always the Jews.
Everybody there did the mistake of trusting them and allowing them in. And look what happened.
It's all because of the Druze.
Also the Druze. They came later, yeah. Now, today, you don't have that excuse anymore. Any country today that lets them in have undoubtedly chose to ignore overwhelming facts and statistics and number and history that shows what happened when you let Islam become a majority. Like there's so many historical fact, archaeological fact, written documents, even today, digitalized documents like Iran and Iraq and Syria and Lebanon. Lebanon was Christian. Look at what happened when we became Muslim. So any government today that is not trying to protect its people from Islam is, in my eyes, sinning against its people, because there's a real danger and risk there. And it's based on facts. There's no excuse for them anymore. Can I share what you're seeing? The screen?
Yes. Yes. You can share it. Please do. Here. You want to hear?
Yeah.
Me too, Lord. Okay.
But Iran is on my mind when I see the kind of death that is happening over there, we think. So we're going to get some accurate numbers. I'll have it in about 20 minutes. We'll get some accurate numbers as to what's happening with regard to the killing. The killing looks like it's significant, but we don't know yet for certain. I'll know within 20 minutes. So, and we'll act accordingly. But Iran is on my mind when I see the kind
there's one CIA agent right now that is extremely panicking. You're like, what? 20 minutes? I'm taking a shit. He's like,
oh my God, I can relate so badly. I was like, when the war started, like after October 7th, I got a call and I was like, I'm a media person now, and it might not be the best idea to give me like shosim, like things that shouldn't be public, because I might mix up like what's open source and what's not. Because I got a call like, hey, let's and because I explained, and they were like, okay, fine. It's like it's important. Like what you do is important enough. Let's not mix the games. But yeah, I can relate. So bad. Like I can
Yeah,
relate
yeah,
with
I'm
the
sure.
panic.
As someone that came from the intelligence world, I'm sure you can relate.
Oh my god.
That's the thing. Like, you
I'm
have
not
20
at all
minutes.
jealous.
You have 20 minutes now. I hope he doesn't make things up. You have 20 minutes to come and give him actual numbers. I'm pretty sure this agent right now is probably trying to call his agent on the ground, but he's not answering because he's hiding under a bridge with Iranian regime soldiers running above him. So he's probably gonna go to Twitter and look at memes
Wanna
from
see it?
Iran. Yeah, show us.
Sorry, I cut you
No, you didn't. I was talking nonsense, so you didn't.
off. It's okay.
Hey,
Well,
bonga mas bong. I come from the intelligent world. I don't know you. I believe you're intelligent.
unintelligent world. Unintelligent world.
From the unintelligent. Okay, I don't know you. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I hope you are intelligent. I wish you lots of fortune and IQ in your life.
Don't wish it. Like you know how nice it is to not have anything in your head. It's like it's nice and like airy and not heavy at all. It sounds fun.
Have you seen the movie Idiocracy?
Which one?
Idiocracy.
No. What is
No?
it?
Okay, Rebecca, when we're done with this show,
Yes.
either tonight or tomorrow, you watch that movie.
Okay.
And then we do another
Okay.
live somewhere during next week, or I don't know what, and we talk about it. This
All right.
movie, Idiocracy, is a modern day cinematic prophecy of how the world is turning right now. And the funny part in it is that right wing and left wing both can relate to it. See? Everybody's like,
What? Rebecca?
yeah.
I didn't even hear of it. Where did you watch it?
It's okay, guys. She's a young one. We'll be nice to her. We'll be kind to her.
Oh, look, the Iranian military is threatening us. Showing Tel Aviv. Make one mistake, we'll take care of the rest. Don't show Tel Aviv, show Bnei Brak. That way you get Israelis super motivated. Be like, oh, finally we can rebuild it. This awful.
There's old infrastructures.
There's so many. Do you remember how many people like were giving coordinates to the Iranian regime of places that need to be like?
Yeah.
It's like, please, I hate this building so much.
Yeah, please. I've been calling the city.
Like
calling the city council to come and fix my garage. They haven't came. They're having leakage here. Please come and shoot a rocket. They'll come fix it immediately.
Or people just giving like the address of Amir Khatsoni and stuff.
Here's the thing about the Iranian regime, and the same as like Hezbollah and Nasrallah, and in general Muslim terrorist regimes, they're very good at talking nonsense. And I give them A+ in threats, but D- in performance. Like everybody in Lebanon, not everybody, but a lot of people in Lebanon were genuinely certain that Nasrallah was like, the most powerful leader in the Middle East, and that Israel was terrified. He was never. And Israel was terrified. No, he thought he was.
Other Arabs.
Compared to other terrorist organizations, yes, they were the strongest terrorist organization, but it's still, you can
no,
be.
I'm not. No, you need to compare them to their. You compare oranges to oranges, apples to apples, humans to humans, and and terrorists to terrorists.
Yeah, I'm comparing them right now to Israel, to the IDF, to the Mossad, to the special forces.
And apples,
it's like having a professional MMA fighter going and fighting with a dumb toddler. Like literally, that's how incapable and pathetic they are. But in their circles, they really believed, Israel, I'm gonna destroy you now. And then Israel just got brought a few Rebeccas and a few Arnons and some geeks and nerds, and basically pressed the button, boom, blew them up, and then continued with their life. Like literally, it was the most humiliating backslap where you מצד ההפוך של היד כאילו قلع من هون حمار. This like go grab him, throw him.
Listen, as somebody who was in Amman, I'll tell you that it's a lot of God. helping us there. Believe me, as somebody
Yeah.
who had myself, like I did the mistake of underestimating my enemy. So believe me, I got burnt. And I never do it again. So it really hurts. Like, so every time somebody makes fun of like the enemy, to this day, I get like a traumatic response.
No,
Don't.
undoubtedly never underestimate your enemy. Undoubtedly,
Never.
but
But it's like, but because I was responsible on giving like assessment and stuff. Listen, it's not that I knew. I was new, and I was like, I'm not sure how capable they are. And then I learned how capable they were, and I was like, I was lucky that it like, so I get Baruch Hashem. I hate being wrong. So just being wrong like traumatizes me enough, even though there weren't any consequences of me being wrong, because I was
Wait.
still in a yeah.
Are you a religious person, Rebecca? Are you like
No,
do you believe in God?
no.
But you just said like 5 minutes ago that it's God.
Well, it's a shortcut, you know. It's a
What do you mean by that? When you said God helped us.
well, it's like it's God is a lot of things. You use it for whenever you want to לקצר תהליכים.
Okay. Cognitive kind of shortcuts. Okay. No, I thought you became religious for a second. I was like, I didn't see you as a religious person.
Well,
So-
I like I use like God is very useful. It's
Although you
like
don't
when you
believe in
want
him.
people to shut up, when you want to make things final, when you don't want to go too deep into something, when you want to indicate that something happened, like, but it wasn't 100% like without like it could have went either way. Like there are a lot of ways to use God.
Are you agnostic? Do you believe like there is some kind of a force power?
I don't
or
care.
you believe that we came out of
I
a fox from a
believe.
few
I don't
amebas?
believe anything. I don't believe anything.
All right. So you don't believe that there's, but you also don't cancel it, that maybe there is.
So I believe nothing. So therefore, I believe everything at the same time. So like I don't care. Like it's I think that there are things that in the realm of science, and then there are things that are not. And if I cannot test it, then it doesn't matter.
No, cool. Was just kind of curious. Let's read this. Breaking. After 16 years and 12,000 murders, Greta
Now
Thunberg
now people
finally
say
shared
20.
one signal vague post about Iran that makes sure not to be offend her Intifada audience too much. What a joke is Greta.
Oh
Let's
my
see what
God, that's earth shattering.
Sarhamaramani Turbo. We
here
Sarharmani
in-
and Damitabdiskele Satrubo. We are here in the heart of darkness without internet, without communication. Okay. Do you wanna can you play
Wow,
that video?
Greta.
Can you play that video or is that
No,
a
I
picture?
think it's a photo. It's a picture.
Gosh, unbelievable, huh? That they were so loud when it was
Oh,
supporting
it's a
evil.
longer version of what we saw earlier.
20
This
minutes.
one is a minute.
Ah,
This one is
wait.
a minute. No,
Wait.
but late.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful speech in front of great people in Detroit, mostly in the car business, and we're setting records in manufacturing. It's going very well. I think people appreciated what I had to say in terms of the numbers. So we're very happy about that. I'm going back to the White House now. We're going to look at the whole situation that's going on in Iran. It's really bad stuff. Minnesota is going to have to take care of itself for a little while. We have tremendous theft and fraud going on in that state because you have an incompetent governor, grossly incompetent governor, and a corrupt governor. But we'll straighten that out. But Iran is on my mind when I see the kind of death that is happening over there, we think. So we're going to get some accurate numbers. I'll have it in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's basically the
We'll
same
get some
thing.
Yeah. Unbelievable, huh? It's always Islam. Always Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Problems. Islam. And the world is just
does,
kind of
listen.
I think the world is waking up. I think
Oh, nice. They brought, look, the Islamic Regime Security Service have deployed military vehicle equipped with machine guns. on the street of Tehran. Yeah, I mean, they're probably gonna bring the tanks and everything, just like they did in Sweden, no?
I think they're afraid because they know that the moment that they start actually
Bringing the hardcore.
cutting down their people with machine guns and tanks and more aggressive Shahed drones and etc., then America and Israel will for sure intervene and will end the regime. But then again, they're stuck because if they don't do it, then these demonstrations and protests will grow bigger and bigger and bigger and will come and start burning down their government building. They're already burning down their churches.
One of the biggest reasons they cut off the communication is to convince their own population that nobody's gonna come and save them.
And you know what they played when they cut off the communication? Which video they aired all across the country? Tucker Carlson. So the most evil regime went V for Vendetta on its people and cut down the internet and then start playing in every household live TV Tucker freaking Carlson in Farsi to convince the Islamic Republic and their supporters and the people who are trying to go free that they shouldn't. Unbelievable. How well did he do for himself in becoming the PR agent for dictators and mass murderers? But my point is, the moment that they start shooting and killing, then it's no turning back for them. And
I think
here you go. That's what they're using against their people. Let's break it down. Any country that end up having millions, tens of millions of its people wanting that government overthrown, I'm just thinking that it's worth consideration. Maybe your government is not good. Maybe the people deserve something else. Mm-hmm. And to bring down machine guns and drones and cut the internet and start slaughtering them, some might see that as an act of dictatorship and wicked aggression.
Somebody in the comments are saying that you are a Jew.
That I'm a Jew?
I don't want to start a fight. Yeah, he says, you stupid Jews. So I just want to, I don't want to start a fight, but like somebody called you a stupid Jew.
Well, first of all, Jewish are the most amazing.
Like I identify as a stupid Jew, so I don't get insulted, but like I'm just saying for you.
Yeah, no, I'm not a Jew. To whoever is saying that I'm not a Jew, I love the Jews. I think they're great people, and I think we all owe them a lot of good stuff. So I'll just say it that way. But I am not a Jew, and I would have not had a problem if I was born a Jew or any other religion. I think all humans are equal in being humans, and a lot of these religions is just the group that you were born into. You didn't really choose it. Now the question is, do you stay in that group because it's a good group, or if it's a really bad group, do you leave it? I would recommend that if you find yourself born into a very evil group that encourage pedophilia and the murder of different people, then the moment that you understand that, you should consider changing team. Because if not, then you're complicit.
For example, even if you are a Jew, but you're born a leftist Jew for some reason.
Here's the thing, Rebecca. No. Let's unpack this can of worms. A lot of the leftist people are the most badass fighter pilots, special forces, Mossad agents in Israel. This whole categorization of using left as a curse word is wrong in Israel.
I was in as somebody who was in Amman, and saw with my own eyes how many times leftists screwed up an intelligence assessment because of their leftist wrapped worldview. I disagree.
No, these are extremes.
They weren't extremists. They weren't extremists. I'm telling you, it's like it wraps it's like you don't see what's in front of you because of the leftism. They just refuse to see reality. And I saw it so many times that I thought it was dangerous. And I just thought, like, if somebody is a leftist, they shouldn't be accepted to do
I don't agree.
intelligence.
I don't agree.
Intelligence, I saw it, but I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah, but you're
I saw it with
categorizing
my
right
own
now everyone that have. You need to understand, left-wing views in Israel is not like left-wing views in
I know, but
US.
I'm telling you that I was in intelligence,
Yitzhak Rabin,
and
for example, was one of the most.
People who had left-leaning views consistently brought wrong intelligence assessments consistently.
No,
and I'm not talking about, because there are a lot of jobs, right? But when it comes to painting a picture, so there are jobs, right? You can be on a tactical level. You can be on like there. You can be on I don't know, but you cannot be on policy level. You can be on even a strategic level, but at some point, it distorts your understanding of reality.
I don't fully agree that it's something that you can easily generalize on all leftists.
But I've seen it.
But you haven't seen all leftists, Rebecca. You haven't seen all leftists.
But
you've seen a very selected group of ultra intelligent desktop nerd operators that set in Shmuel.
No. That's you are now applying your own stereotypes on people that you think they would go to intelligence.
No, but
you are the one being the stereotype.
I am very good at generalizing. I'm extremely good.
So if you do that, you cannot judge me for generalizing. If to prove a point, you are now generalizing.
I think generalization is the most accurate scientific tool out there. I support generalization. People are like offended to it. But
so if you use generalization to dispute a point, claiming I'm the one using generalization, you cannot do it. You have to be consistent.
No,
you're generalizing in order to dispute my generalization. So it's either that we both do not generalize, or
the most feared, deadliest Mossad commander, Meir Dagan, was a leftist.
And he cannot be a policymaker.
Be trusted?
I will never trust him. Will never
policymaker,
ever trust him.
Okay,
will never ever trust him.
But under his times, the Mossad did the most amazing things.
He would be disastrous, and is a dangerous man. This person is a dangerous man. I will say it right now, and I will say it in a way that
would you trust him being the head of the Mossad?
I would trust, yes, and that's it. Nothing more than that. Nothing that has to do with policymaking. Only execution.
So let me try to unpack what you said here. So you think that if he gets to, now bear with me, if he gets to the level of being a policymaker, he might make policies that are not
dangerous.
Okay, wait a second. That are dangerous to the Jewish identity of Israel.
Everything.
I don't really think that being a politician is a harder, more complicated job than being the head of the Mossad.
It's different brain. It's a different thinking style.
Explain.
It's different. It's like, okay, I'll explain it, but because I think we should wrap up and go back to Iran, because I think it's a different conversation to have.
Yes.
An artist and okay, if somebody is a good doctor, does it mean they're going to be a good artist?
No.
Exactly.
Not necessarily.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
But it doesn't cancel.
It does. No. So some things do cancel. Some things do cancel because they are actually like in opposition with each other.
The reason I'm saying that, the reason I'm challenging you and I'm saying that is because I see too many people take the American system and throw it on the Israeli system, thinking that America's left and right is the same thing like Israel's left and right, same thing like Germany.
No, but
it's
different.
Know
it's not the same.
Israel's left and right is different.
I know I grew up with the Israeli left and right, so I know.
And a big percentage, actually a higher percentage of special forces and elite unit and intelligent field operators in Israel are actually left.
Field operators, executioners.
Actually left.
Not
But if you look at
policymakers.
America's left,
Not.
the woke in America, the left, they will never be
Woke
special
is a
forces,
different
Delta Force.
woke are not good for anything.
But people, when they hear that, they imagine that this is Israel's left, guys, is extremely combatant.
That's right. But even
efficient.
Israeli left has its limitations when it comes to
extreme is bad in every group. I'm talking right now to help people.
No, I'm not
understand,
talking extremes. I'm talking about the mainstream. It's you have to have it's a certain kind of characteristic to be a leftist. I'm sorry, like you have a certain characteristics, and they are very good at executions. They're good, and in general, like a lot of them have the kind of like Talyanim. That's what they are, like in their
executioners. Yeah.
They are executioners, not policymakers. Not policymakers.
That's interesting.
And I can sit and I can explain exactly why and how and why they're so good at one thing better than right wings and not so good at the other. Right? Because first of all, like the way we view the world, like right and left, has to do with our it's a personality. It's a personality type. It's the politics and how we identify politically is actually part of our personality, is related to our personality types.
That's why I took it into the aspect of Jewish identity or not, because left is usually less religious, more atheist, and right usually
not necessarily
is more in Israel.
Not necessarily.
Usually,
I can even argue with that it's not even true. That's not true.
You think that the left are more religious in Israel?
No, I think it's a like there is no.
Okay.
It's like it's two different. Feeling. It's like two different axes. Not the same.
All right. Well, that will definitely be an interesting maybe conversation.
But that's like a completely different conversation.
Yeah. We came here for Iran, so maybe we can start wrapping up.
Yes.
For those of you who joined the show now, guys, a lot of signs are showing. If you join the show now, you have a lot to catch up. But to summarize, a lot of things right now are showing that America might be building the whole ground foundation to go and attack in Iran. Israel definitely, I think, would want to see that regime fall down for obvious reasons. They want to come and destroy us and, annihilate us and genocide everyone in Israel. And America is also, it's an enemy of America, and they keep saying death to America from the beginning. They hate America more than they hate Israel, but they're not a direct enemy to America like they're for Israel right now, but they're a very strong ally of the enemies of America, which is Russia and China, financially and policy making.
And Venezuela was just taken down.
Venezuela was just taken down, which obviously weakened down the enemies of America. And if Iran gets taken down right now and somehow Donald Trump breaks a deal with the oil in Iran, here's the thing. It's very easy to make a deal with a beggar, with someone that is really low. And that's an opportunity for big countries to come and step in. We'll save you, but after we save you, you're with us. Sign the papers and join our team. So if America ends up helping save Iran, I think we might see that happening in the next few days. I really, really think we're very, very close for something big that is happening.
Yeah, I also think like we should give some credit to our enemies right now. Like just those like I said like before, right? When we I had a more serious tone.
Mm-hmm.
These people invented chess in the end of the day. These are Shach is the Shah, right? Shach, it's the same.
Really?
They invented yes.
Yeah, that came from the word Shah, like the.
Yes.
Did you just make that up, or you actually really?
No.
No, I didn't know that. That's cool. Shach and Shah. Chess. checkmate, Shahmate. I'll have to Google it after. I never heard that. That's cool. So you're saying though that
So that the enemy is smart and should not be underestimated, and therefore what we are seeing right now is our side not underestimating the enemy, which I also appreciate.
someone is saying, oh, where is that? Turkish word, Shahmate. Okay, maybe it's Turkish. I don't know. Yeah, so I think we might see something crazy happening very soon, and I think the sooner the better. And I hope that this young man, we started the episode with him. I hope that this young man here Erfan Soltani and many others like him will be saved before the dark forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran manage to quench another light of a beautiful person. Our prayers are with you, all the people of Iran. Our prayers are with you. And Leah, don't you agree with Rebecca? You need to agree with me. No, I'm kidding. Rebecca has definitely brought some very interesting points here, and I think it'll be a very interesting conversation to have for another podcast. I'm actually looking forward for that. But yeah, back to Iran. Remember them in your prayers, guys, and anyone who's watching here, you have a way to help them. And the way is pressure your leaders to get involved. There's a humanitarian crisis that is on epic scale that is happening in Iran, a very unjust crisis against the most, kind and beautiful and liberal people, and we can't let them stay there in the dark. What kind of a generation will we be if nowadays with social media it is so easy to actually know, at least to some extent, what is happening in faraway countries? Back in the days of the Greeks and the Romans and the Babylonians, you couldn't really know what happened 100 kilometers from you. You had no way to influence it. You didn't know. It was beyond you. No one can blame you. But now we know what is happening there. There's a fight there between darkness against light, and there's innocent people who are sacrificing everything they have going in the street. And the least that we can do is to share this content and help bring it to the attention of the world. That's all I had to say about that.
Amen. Free run.
Amen. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we want to come to an end of this episode. Don't forget to do like, share, subscribe. Go and check Rebecca's YouTube, my YouTube. Go and check the Patreon and any other way to help support our channel. After all, we are doing this for free and out of our own free time. And we appreciate all the help that can help us keep doing what we love to do. And we hope that you enjoyed it as well, which is creating content for you, unfiltered, free source of media and opinions that are not sponsored by CNN or any other government out there. Stay safe. See you next time.